Fortunately, we now have better methods of recording title in land. In the United States, there is no uniform method of land registration, but each of the 50 states has some system for the public recording of title to land. A change, superscript 37, it reads, there is an alternative land registration system known as the Torrens system after Sir Richard Torrens, who introduced this simplified mechanism into South Australia in 1858, and that system, or something like it, is in use in many parts of the world. In the Torrens system, the state operates a registry and a title insurance fund. Defects in title caused by the state record keeper are compensated from the insurance fund. Several of the United States tried the Torrens system, but every one of them has abandoned the system because incompetent bookkeeping caused such a drain on the state-operated title insurance funds that the funds went bankrupt. See Sheldon Kurtz and Herbert Hovenkap, American Poverty Law, 1151 to 1244, 1987. Back to the text. A change in ownership of real property must be recorded in an official registry of deeds, which has the county recorder's office, such as the county recorder's office. Recording is a formal process, and the records are open to the public. The record of ownership on file usually contains a formal description of the property's location, a list of restrictions that apply to the property, and an account of who has owned the property at each point in time. While a system of recording title is maintained for land and a few other valuable items like automobiles, there is no such system for most goods. In most exchanges, the buyer does not devote resources to determining whether the seller truly owns what he or she is selling. For example, you rarely question whether the books you purchase at the bookstore were rightly the bookstore's to sell. Your presumption is that whoever possesses a book rightfully owns it. Further proof of ownership is in the memory of witnesses to the sale, like the child in the medieval example, or perhaps in a written sales contract. A system of recording the ownership of books would burden commerce and impede the efficient movement of goods. The security of major contracts is strengthened by a system of official witnesses to the event. Official witnesses, called notaries, uh, record the event in an official document and fix their seal to it. Some U.S. states license many notaries, so their fees are low. At the other extreme, some countries, like Italy, restrict notaries to specialized lawyers who pass difficult exams, perform complicated services far beyond witnessing a document, and enjoy high monopoly profits, especially in real estate transactions. We have encountered another trade off in property law. On the one hand, verifying title by formal means, such as recording the transfer of a deed, reduces the uncertainties that burden commerce. On the other hand, the verification of title through formal means is costly. property law thus has to develop rules that balance the impediments to commerce created by uncertain ownership against the cost of maintaining a system of verification. For costly items like houses and cars, the law reduces the uncertainties that burden commerce by providing a system for recording title, and the law typically forces all sales through the recording process by refusing to protect unrecorded transactions in these items. For small transactions, however, the cost of maintaining a system of verification would exceed the benefit from reduced risk. Superscript 38, which reads, "You should recognize that this argument in favor of a system of recording of ownership claims is a general instance of the normative cost theorem of the last chapter."